What's up, everybody? It's Monday morning already. We've done blowed a perfectly good weekend. How about that? So, but it's here. We got to take it. It starts the week. Life goes on. The grass is greener. All that baloney they feed us all of our whole life. Anyway, it's another work day. So we'll get ready to have some fun and interview our guest here in a little bit. And no, I've not had a cup and a half of coffee. So, Death Wish coffee, though. So, it is supposed to be the world's strongest, but that's yet to be proven. Anyway, so we done got several people in here. Looks like Artist on the Road, maybe number one. RV Weekend, Chasing America, Happy Place Camping, Meemaws Matter. The NEU Adventure is not only in the house, but they are in the house right below it. And let's see here. I think we got everybody that's in here. We'll give it a few minutes and give everybody a chance to get in here. Everybody's slow on Monday, so. But
I'm
anyway,
gonna interrupt. I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
interrupt. I got an echo. Whoop. Okay. Nettie just texted and said that she is at the pet emergency with her cat Jack. I guess it's probably not looking too good. So if everybody would maybe say a little prayer for Nettie and her kitty cat.
Yeah, Jack
We
has
love
not
that
been
cat.
doing good. We got a text yesterday that he wasn't doing good the day they got ready to leave.
Yeah. He
And
got medication and they did some procedure on him, and I guess it's not been really working. So
we want Jack to make it. But Jack is fairly old for a kitty cat. How did she
I
say?
think he's 10 or 11 or somewhere around that area. So I mean, cats can live a really long time. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, but anyway, so Jack, I lost, me and Tammy and the kids lost one of our fur babies Christmas Eve. So we don't want to do that. We want to pray that Jack gets better. So, and pray for Nettie and Mel as they try to get him better. So I know it's like one of your babies. So,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, yeah, we'll remember that. So, where was I rolling?
I don't know. Sorry.
Anyway, so Jerry is not going to be with us today. Jerry is sick. So he's been tested and he is negative, but he does have bad allergies, bronchitis, the whole 9 yards. He knew exactly what he had when he called the doctor, and but being a fireman, he had to have a test, and he come back negative. So that's all good. So as far as that goes, you've got me and Felix and the NEU Adventure. So you just have to put up with us four today. I was fixing to say three, us four. Felix would have said, "Have you forgotten how to count too?" So she gets on to me all the time. She's a little bossy, in case y'all don't know. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so in Alabama, it's been like 50s, 40s, and 50s at night. So it's getting perfect camping weather. If any of y'all want to come through North Alabama, and great, it's going to get back in the low 80s and like 60s at night here in this week, and then start raining by the weekend. So we've got perfect camping weather. So maybe some of you guys can get out if you're in our area and do a little bit of camping. I am behind on the podcast. Podcast may get behind. I've got a lot going on. We're under contract on our house. So may or may not see uploads of the podcast for a few days. Me and Tammy under contract on the house, so we're trying to avoid moving into the camper because it costs us a lot more money to move into the camper at Dad's and pay to store all this stuff than if we could luckily find a place that we can move directly into. Be a lot less money. So, but if we don't, we don't. We'll just do what we got to do. But so you may see me take off a few days coming up on days that we don't have guests. You may see me take off a few days for that to try to get that took care of. Because once we get paid, we only have 14 days to get out. So we got all that to look forward to. We'll know more about this Wednesday or Thursday, they're going to do the home inspection. Once we get past all that, we'll know a lot more. So, anyway, anything else I'm leaving off, Felix?
I don't think so.
Look at all my notes right quick. Not many. Oh, wait a minute. I got to dust off my pictures.
Oh, brother. Stevie Nicks.
Oh, I was like, what is that?
He's a fan. He got that picture for his birthday, and we see it on every show.
That's funny.
So, oh, we got to have a little fun. So, anyway, so we got the NEU Adventure here. Hi, guys. How are y'all?
Doing well.
Good. How are you?
I love it when a channel comes in the green room 7 minutes early and everything works. We have video and audio.
Well,
Yeah, that's really
that
nice.
normally doesn't
Yeah.
happen for us, so we'll take it.
Well, I will tell y'all about 2 minutes before y'all came in, me and Felix were having this great conversation, and all of a sudden, I left the building without touching anything. It's like we were talking, and then boom,
Well,
I'm
let's
on the
hope that
outside
doesn't happen
looking in.
again.
And so I come back in, and Felix said, "Well, this is nice."
Yeah. Great.
So, but doing lives, you just never know. You got to roll with it. We've had channels come in here and never could get it going, and we just have to go on and reschedule and all that. And we've had our very own live stream shut nearly completely down. And then we've had iPhone connections shut everybody that's on an iPhone down. So we've about seen it all. I don't want to say we have seen it all because I'm sure we haven't, but we've seen quite a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe we should knock on wood real quick.
All right, guys. So tell us your names in case all these people out here don't know who you are.
Okay.
Well, I'm John Michael.
And I'm Monica.
You know, that's funny. I know a lot of John Michaels.
Really?
I mean, like a bunch. If somebody's name is John, it's John Michael.
Well,
I got a friend in the inflatable business. That's what his name is, John Michael.
It's a
Strong name.
It's a good Southern name. Good
It
Southern.
is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So what was your name? I'm sorry I interrupted.
It's okay. I'm Monica.
Monica.
Mm-hmm. You bet you don't know a lot of Monicas, do you?
I do know some. I used to work with one.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, bossy, real bossy.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Stop it. Stop it.
Good at getting things done, not bossy.
Nice cover.
Mhm.
Yeah, Felix is not really bossy. She's a leader.
That's
You
what I
follow
said.
her, she'll shut the door and lock it behind her.
That
She
is
has
funny.
no mercy.
Funny.
So tell us a little bit about your channel and how it got started.
Oh, it's been a whirlwind.
So it kind of came about as a project for Monica. I'm also a fireman.
He thinks I don't have enough to do, I think.
Yeah, so on my days when
Wait a
I
minute,
was at the
stop.
station,
My buddy that's in the inflatable business name that's John Michael, guess what he does?
He's a fireman.
He's a fireman.
There you go.
Huntsville, Alabama. Look it up. I'm not lying.
Oh,
That's
you
weird.
can tell by his glorious mustache.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm a fireman, so I work, basically 10 days a month at the station. And Monica had some extra time that she's like, maybe we could do something with. But before that, we canceled cable. We just kind of got off of that side of things and started watching YouTube pretty much like as our entertainment.
Exclusively, yeah.
And realized we're always doing something goofy. We could do this. So that's kind of where our channel came about. It started out as more of like a vlog about just.
Well, we started more with camping stuff, and then obviously this year with COVID and everything else we've had going on, and then we have a farm here too. So we've been at home more this year than ever.
Right.
But we like to do cross-country trips. We have a toy hauler, so we take our Ranger and we try to go
Wherever
the wind blows us, pretty much. So we had big plans for this summer, and then obviously none of that.
it fell apart.
It did. Came from together. So anyway, but yeah, our channel is kind of more around like the RV lifestyle, outdoor living, and then our hobby farm. And then we also we breed golden doodle puppies. So that's been interesting.
You breed what?
We breed golden doodle puppies. So
Those
we have a
are
litter right now.
adorable.
They're so sweet. We have a litter right now. And so until
And
they're
they're
gone,
so
we
cute.
you mean go get one? I'll go get one.
Yes.
I want
We
to cuddle
wanna-
them.
Hold on. I'll go get one real quick.
Oh, we get to see one.
So we just have one left. That
They
hasn't
are
been sold yet.
so cute.
But we do. We have a lot of fun with them. They live in our house and they are a part of our family 100%. And we love these little guys. Here's one right now.
And they grew so fast.
Did they,
Yes.
though?
Okay.
Oh, isn't it cute, Gary?
And I got friends that's got them.
Here's
Oh
one right
my
now.
gosh.
Here, John Michael's been calling him Chief.
We did a photo shoot. He was in a fire truck, so I started calling him Chief.
I think John Michael secretly wants to keep him, but he won't say anything.
We kept one off our last litter, and we decided before we did it, we're not keeping any
Even
this
though
time.
she's the greatest dog ever. She
Absolutely.
really is. But yeah, it's just a lot. So, but yeah, they're all so sweet. They're just the best little dogs. But anyway.
We got friends. Matter of fact, my banker and him and his wife, they have one. And man, that thing is just, I mean, loves on everybody when you come up. Everybody's friends.
They're good. They're so good. You
They
can't
just
have
get,
it.
they're
No,
big
go
and
away.
clumsy. Do what?
They are. We have 2 full-size golden doodles, and then we have a miniature teacup poodle. She's about that size,
Actually, she's smaller.
or
than
smaller
us.
than him.
Yeah.
And then we have a litter now. So
Tammy.
right
Yeah.
now we have 10 dogs in our home.
It's insane. So, Oh,
They raise golden noodles.
I figured that's what it was. You said
Look at, this is my boss, John Michael. This is Tammy.
hi.
Don't
Are
that
you
sound
podcast
bossy,
left?
Tammy?
Yeah.
Are y'all self today?
Anyway,
Yep.
okay.
So now, will that one be a regular size?
Yeah, he'll be about 45 to 60 pounds, probably somewhere in there.
Man,
But yeah, they're
that's the
good.
same
They are
color.
so good.
What's her name? The male lady's daughter.
Male lady's daughter.
That's how we know everybody in the South. What do you mean?
I understand.
The male lady's daughter.
I cannot think of her name, but anyway,
Talking
she's.
about the postmaster lady.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
So
See, we're
anyway.
getting there. Anyway,
So
she
anyway,
has
this
one
is-
the same color and everything.
yeah, we're all
Oh,
talking
so this is also why we haven't been camping a whole lot, because we decided to have another litter. Because we were stuck here at the house, it was like, well, we can't
Yeah,
go
I heard.
anywhere. So, yeah, until they're out of the house in a couple of weeks, we can't really go too many places.
Yep.
But we plan to again.
So
But yeah.
can I ask how much you sell your puppies for?
They're pricey. They're $2,300.
Yep, that's pricey.
They are, but they're, we do it right. We genetically test the mom and the dad, make sure everybody's healthy. They're registered. They are just literally a part of our family every day. So
And there went Gary.
Well,
Okay.
we went, see, I told you he was jinxing it.
Yep.
He was
No,
jinxing
I
it.
know you have to pay for a good quality dog because usually, I mean, if you get,
Welcome back.
especially these days, if you get them cheaper, then it seems like they're maybe not as well bred as they should be. I guess that's the way I'll put it.
That too, and you have to be, you have to make sure you're not getting a dog from a puppy mill. That
Yeah.
they're just breeding.
Right,
And
right.
we,
So I missed that number. What was that number?
they're 2,300.
Yeah. Well, I knew that because David and Terry, they traveled a good ways.
We've
I
got
don't
people
remember.
coming. We've got people coming from California. We've got people.
And we live in North Carolina.
Yeah, so we've got people in New York, Georgia, all over the country. People are coming for these dogs.
Have you ever shipped one?
I am shipping one this time to New York. I have a flight nanny lined up, and she'll take the puppy and everything. So,
And that's her full-time job. I didn't even know that existed. But
yeah, we were
her
like,
job
what?
is to fly to where you are. She takes delivery of the puppy at the airport. She carries it and takes it to wherever
Yeah.
it's being delivered to and gives it to the new puppy owners.
Yeah, super cool. So we're excited.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's gonna be weird putting him on a plane. All right, he's like asleep. I'm gonna go put him back.
He'll start snoring like John Michael.
That's right.
Yeah.
But David and Terry, my banker and his wife, they went somewhere way off and got theirs. I can't remember where they went, but it was a good ways from North Alabama. Uh, I don't even know how they found it, but anyway, they got that one, and I don't know where Katie got hers. Um, but Katie's is the same color that and you just had, and it's all the time on Facebook. They're just
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
pair of
Well, they
kids.
become a part of your family, and then you put them up just like pictures of you kids.
Well, they're hard to find too, this particular breed. So that's why people travel so far for them.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that kind of explains a little bit of the price too. The
It
harder
does. And
the harder they are to find the
they
So
are. And then if they have like different markings and stuff, it makes them even more, which ours do.
right.
So, yeah.
that
But
makes-
anyway, yeah. I don't
Forever
know.
best friends want to know what you feed yours.
I answered them.
She answered her in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called Taste of the Wild. That's what we do, and it's salmon flavor. It stinks, but they love it.
When you sell your pups, do you screen the people you sell them to? I guess is the way I want to put it, because
Yeah.
I know, I know that's kind of a pricey, dog, but there's still going to be somebody out there that would pay it and not be somebody that needs a dog.
Well, most people, they'll send me like pictures of their family and
Their
like
home,
their home
where
and
the dog's gonna live.
Yeah. So yeah, I do screen, and if I get any kind of weird vibe, I don't even respond or don't even. Yeah. So
Well, good for you.
yeah.
Our babies are.
And we keep in touch with the owners of them afterwards too.
Yeah.
With the other litters we had in the past, we talk to them. We're part of groups that they're in.
Yeah,
we're
we
able
get
to just
pictures.
see the
Get
dogs, just
pictures,
care
yeah.
about them.
Yeah, so that's cool. So that has taken up part of our channel this year, but usually it's more about camping and our small farm. So
I will say, now I know why your channel's exploded. All you have to do is talk about fur babies and have a few pictures and video. My number one video had our fur babies on it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, some of our videos with the golden doodles have over 80,000 views. I mean, it's just people
Wow.
love them. So that's why it's not why we do more videos on them, but I was like, hey, people are liking this content, so we'll continue kind of creating along those lines.
It gets great feedback too.
It
We're
does.
able to have dialogue, with the viewers when we put up more video like that. So we enjoy that.
Well, and also we're getting a lot of information out about the dog and the breed and how to care for them, and hopefully people are learning things about them. We'll see. I don't know. That's my goal.
We have Pekingese Chihuahua mix brothers.
No,
And let me
okay.
just say, they're like two-year-olds that had just robbed the Hershey's Kisses jar
I can see
on
that.
a daily. Well, now one of them super hyper and one of them super sad. You ever seen that dog? The one dog is always doom and gloom, and the other dog is like what, always wide open. He's Chihuahua, and the other one's Pekingese.
Our sister-in-law had a Chihuahua, and
Hyper is a good term.
oh, that was the worst dog ever. Sorry, Lauren.
I have grounded these dogs. Well, they have heard me on the live stream holler at them, and I have to babysit them every now and then. Usually, y'all go in there and they'll be laid up on the footstool asleep, but they like to fight. That's their playing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay until they start taking the house down with it, and they're not that big,
Right.
So, but it
Yeah,
don't
they're
take
small.
much. They're under the couch. They're under the table. They're on the table. They're on the couch. They carry they're just like kids wrestling in the living room. So you said you had a toy hauler. What kind of toy hauler did you say you had?
We have a 23 Wolfpack 23 pack 15.
Yeah.
So it's made by Forest River, and it's their Wolfpack brand, and it's got a 15-foot garage, and then we put a Polaris Ranger crew in the back of it.
And it is a bumper pull. It's not a fifth wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a bumper pull work and play by Forest River.
Okay.
Well, the issue we're having now, John Michael lifted the Ranger and put bigger tires on it. So it does not fit in the toy hauler anymore.
Oh, no.
So I got to get new small tires for travel. And
Let the air out of the
big
tires.
back on when we get there.
You can't let the air out of the tires.
It makes them wider, and the width is really the biggest difference because they kind of
Ours has a slide in it, and when the slide closes, it's right up against the
it
side of
doesn't
the Ranger.
close all the way now. So we're gonna have to do
Wow.
It seemed like a great idea at the
No,
time.
it didn't. No,
Right.
it didn't. Look at him shaking his head. So we have another, like a flat trailer we can tow it on if we want to, but then we can't take the camper. Then
Right.
like,
What fun is that?
Right?
we're winning. We're winning.
Wow.
I can tell you about winning, but we ain't got time for that.
Right.
So this past, not this past summer, but the summer before, we went out west with the camper, and we did Moab, Utah. We did,
Colorado, Silverton.
Silverton, Colorado, the Alpine Loop up through the Rocky Mountains. That was fantastic.
Right out there.
But we did not take the Ranger with us because, like, the way that the toy hauler that we have is the bed that the kids sleep in, like, you have to raise it all the way up to the ceiling to get your toy in, basically. And so we were like, well, that's going to stink. You know, nights when we're just stopping to sleep, we'll have to roll the Ranger out. And we could be in a parking lot somewhere, you know? So
Right.
we ended up leaving the Ranger here and renting once we got there. So,
Which honestly worked out.
Thanks.
well, it was okay. It was okay. But yeah, it's not ideal for what we wanted it for, I would say.
So I can see another rig in the near future.
You know, if I do another, it won't be a toy hauler.
His ultimate dream is an Airstream.
It is.
Is
Ultimate
it what?
dream. An Airstream.
Airstream. Too heavy for me.
Really? What do you?
I just don't want to drag that thing all over the country. Oh, they're heavy.
Well, last year we crossed the scales at 20,000 pounds.
Well,
So I pulled with a 3,500 Chevrolet diesel. So
yeah, I mean, you ain't got no problem, but who wants to drag that? You know, that was my thinking. I love them. I look at them.
I do.
I think just the quality of them, you know, they're made so much better than
Oh, yeah.
than any of the other models, and that's why. But we can't afford one right now because they also charge heavily for
They're
those.
proud of them. They're
very
a nice
proud.
home.
They're very proud of them.
Yeah.
How big of an Airstream would you get if you got one?
Well, we would want a smaller. So that'll be after the kids are out of the house again. You know, we'll keep what we have for now.
Yeah, by them, a little one would be 1.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Right now, our camper's
I
around
think they're
33,
cool.
34 foot. And if we could go down to like 28 foot, I would be happy, or less.
Yeah.
Well, we can't, like, with what we have now, we love to do like BLM camping out west, you know, or like national parks, state parks. We're too big. We can't go in them anymore. So the rig is too large.
And I didn't think about that when we got it.
Well, that's did tell me
It seems like most don't actually. They don't think about that. And then when they decide they want to go boondocking, they're like, well, I can't take this in there. So
when you
Yeah.
watch
which
Felix,
is one reason we love our cargo trailer because we can
Yeah.
go just get anywhere.
Felix and them just went cross country and watching their videos, I got to thinking, I couldn't go to some of the places they went to. Mine's only 27.5 foot, but you put that behind a ram
Right.
and you can't get that in and out of there. And we've been really rethinking. Of course, we're going to downsize camper as well.
Yeah.
In all this downsizing, but we're not selling it till we make sure we don't have to live in it for a while. But anyway, we've been looking at possibly doing a van or maybe doing a cargo trailer like Felix and them. Just for the reason you just said, getting off BLM land, places
Right.
like that. I could do it, but there's going to be places I'm going to be limited, and I don't want to tear my rig up trying to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's
right.
smart.
Exactly.
We sometimes just put it where we want to and fix it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like into the side of a pole or something.
Yeah, I may have hit a pole one time.
Hey,
Man.
Rubbin's Racing.
That's right.
Right.
We were racing.
We were demolition derbying on the way back from Florida this past year.
Wasn't that like in a gas station or something?
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, because I like died laughing. I'm sorry.
No,
No, it's okay.
it happened.
He was like, "Don't film this." I was like, "This is YouTube gold. I'm filming it."
That was great. I
We
loved it.
always show whenever I screw up
Mhm.
in our channel,
You can
and
see who edits
it
the
happens quite
videos.
often. But you know, it's just part of it. These things happen to a lot of people that pull, and we got to include it.
No,
Right.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
So
we did.
in your camping adventures, what has been your worst experience?
Oh, that's a good. Oh. Tell them about Canyon de Chelly out in
Okay.
yeah, that
So
was,
out west, we went to a place called Canyon de Chelly.
it's in Arizona, I believe.
It is, and it's on a Native American
Reservation. Yeah.
So we used the Allstay app and booked our site and spent the day at the canyon, had a wonderful time, and then took off towards the campground. And we're going down this gravel road, and it's getting smaller and smaller, and it's getting shady. And
Scary.
we
Scary.
finally find the turn that the GPS is saying you need to turn here. And I look over, and there's like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like pallet houses,
Like shacks and like.
This is the campground.
It was scary, y'all. It was like something you'd see in like a horror movie. So
did you hear banjo music at all?
Yes,
Oh,
it
100%.
It was Native American banjo music. It was fascinating. So he pulls in, and I've never.
We're not staying
He
here.
did a U-turn so fast in that little tiny gravel road. Now, mind you, we are like 400 miles from anything in like any direction, and it was dark at this point. It was like the sun was setting, so it was probably 9 o'clock because it's summer. So we just had to drive because we were like, well, there's not even gas stations, no Walmart, there's nothing out there. So we drove till 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
We got to Lake Powell, which is right there at Utah and Arizona.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful.
But we pulled in at 2:30 or whatever in the morning, and I beached the camper like into the campsite, just nosed in and passed out. It was crooked as could be. It was terrible.
We crawled back there and went to sleep because we were exhausted at that point. We've been driving all day. So that was our worst camping experience.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, we've camped in Walmart parking lots. We've camped at truck stops. We've camped at, and never had any problems.
Never had any problems.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So if you could swap rigs, of course, I guess you answered that a while ago. Do you both agree if you could swap rigs and money wasn't an object, are y'all both Airstreamers? Or if money wasn't an object, is it something different than an Airstream?
I really like.
I see some negativity coming out here.
I like a cute little vintage camper.
Oh, me too.
They're so not practical at all.
Camping therapy be your friend. She's in the house too.
Yeah, they're not practical really. And actually, we have restored an old camper before, but it was not like the cute, like 1960s
Shasta.
one.
I want a Shasta.
Yes. So yeah, hold on. Hold on a moment. Note my Southern tea picture here. See, these are my style.
Yep.
Yeah, you just happen to have it on your tea mug.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Something like that would be what but I mean, how do you can't, like, it's, you either have to buy a replica one that looks like it's old.
That cost a fortune.
Right. Or get an old one and spend a ton of time redoing it. Or we've actually talked about redoing a bus. That would be cool.
Yeah, we looked hard before we got this camper.
I love these guys.
Doing like the screening thing.
I want to be good watching
We're
that.
all for a project. That's just.
Man.
I drive a bus enough. I don't want a schoolie.
Right.
Well, that was my thing. I wanted Monica to be able to sit beside me and have a comfortable vehicle, and that's why we chose not to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, my ideal perfect thing would be a four. Excuse me.
Quit spreading that Rona.
Great day. Give me 1 second. A 4-wheel drive van.
Oh no!
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Yes.
What about those Earth Roamer things?
That would be the ultimate
thing for both. If money is no object, those Earth Roamer things.
Oh yeah. Like, what is the channel that has that?
We can't afford to watch that channel.
Right.
The couple in Alaska. Not the one that's got the one he built the bed for, but the other couple.
Okay.
What is their name? They live in Alaska. She was dadgum. I cannot think of the name of their channel, but I know what you're talking about. Now the one channel, the guy built the whole bed, the whole box.
Right.
Up and over, like
that's the high dollar one. Yeah.
I've seen him. He's an older fella.
Yep.
His wife. Yeah, they're super cool. They did it right. You remember I showed you them.
He's the one that kept having problem with the fuel pump. Was it the fuel pump they kept having a problem with?
I don't know. I watched where he made this cool toilet that like composted everything, and he made it with like some sort of motor and like it was an ice maker. An ice maker. He had this turning in his toilet.
Hilarious.
Now we're pretty bad to talk potties on this show, so don't
That's
feel
my
bad.
number one video.
Really?
Seriously, our number
What did
one
you-
video is Stop the Stink.
Now, okay, we had an issue with our toilet in our camper too. We had the Dometic 300 series, and it was leaking into like
It was holding liquid waste,
in the bowl of the
and
thing.
it was a defect from the manufacturer. And while we were out west, we had to have the toilet shipped to us, and picked it up and changed out the toilet in the parking lot
of Grand Junction, Colorado. Yeah, it was crazy. It smelled horrible. Like we kept feeding it those little tablets, and it was
like every time we went to the bathroom.
Feed the beast.
not doing anything. It was really bad.
Oh, that's terrible.
Wow.
But getting a good quality toilet was important.
Yes. So in your next camper, you'll get a good quality toilet. That's
Yes,
great.
I like my ceramic toilet now.
Oh wow. I tell you what, a 4-wheel drive van, I guess, would be the ultimate to me.
Wouldn't that be
Especially if I could equip it with a 170 with the Mercedes diesel and put a shower in it for my lovely wife.
Right.
And
You got to.
Lovely.
the mega, that would be the mega rig with about 700 watts of solar on top, and
There you go.
you know,
That's
mega
his
rig.
dream.
yeah,
Yep.
that ain't but about a what 250 rig.
Right. It's only
Yeah,
money.
not too bad. I've seen used 4-wheel drive vans without the Mercedes in it go for like $80,000-$90,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you can't
great.
you can't find them. They are he actually looked pretty hard before we decided to get this new truck. So
Yep.
he he looked everywhere and we couldn't
I'm
find one.
thinking a 2-wheel drive with a winch on the front, raise that thing about an inch and be done with it.
Just an inch. I'm not gonna
You can't raise them too much; they'll flip over.
Yeah.
That's the only other bad thing. You about have to have one set up. Man, I've looked at some of those van builders and all,
Yeah.
but I'm really liking that. I like what Felix and them got because it's not your powertrain, and you can still get it 90% of the places you want to go. There's probably not many places that Felix and what's his name can't get their cargo trailer.
Well, now, when we were like in Silverton, there's some BLM camping. I want to say it's east of Silverton. And we went and looked at it, and we were going to camp there. Driving kind of past where you have to go down into, we were like, nope, because we were concerned that we either wouldn't be able to get turned around down in there because all we could see were vans down in there. So we're like, that's kind of maybe a big sign that we shouldn't drag our trailer down in there. And then the other thing was coming back out because it was actually kind of steep going down in, and we're only 2-wheel drive, and coming back out, we were kind of concerned that we might not make it back out. So we skipped that and went somewhere where it was a little more flat.
We stayed in that campground there when you first come into
In the town.
Silverton, in the town there.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. It was nice. I mean, it was nothing fancy, but
It was packed when we were there, but that was,
It was packed when we were there too.
when were we there? Oh, July. We were there like second week in July.
This year?
Yeah.
Was that this year? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting my years
Well,
mixed up.
That's when we
So-
were there. I don't know if you were there.
We were there last, not this past one, but the one before. So your box trailer, my parents actually did one like that a few years ago, and they converted it for, I may have told you this already, they hauled a Honda Goldwing all over the country, and they had like these 2 beds that would I guess they would fold up to the side. They did like twin beds, and they would fold up, and then they would just drive right in the middle. It was really cute, and Dad put a little
Put a shower in it, put a
like a
toilet
little
in
wet
it.
bath in it, and it was really neat. And then they sold it a few years ago, but
They ended up selling it and the motorcycle at the same time.
they did, yeah. But it was super cool, and they took it all over the country, up into Canada, all over.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're kind of our inspiration.
They got us involved.
Yeah. They've done the Alaskan trip from North Carolina. They've done everything. So we hope to one day be able to do that.
Yeah, that's our dream trip.
Yeah. For
I'd
sure.
like to go to Alaska. My wife says no. before I ask the question. She can look at me and tell I'm fixing to ask. And she says no. She does not like cold weather. And
Well,
so
I don't either, but I think Alaska looks like it would just be so beautiful to see.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I like going in the summer.
I would probably go, but I would kind of want to go get it done and get back. I wouldn't want to hang out for months up there. So
I could do it for a short time.
Right.
John Michael's a polar bear. He'd love it.
I could go today.
Right.
I could go up there and go hunting, and I just love it. I could stay up there for a few weeks at least.
Jesse'd move there if I would go with him. I'm like,
I don't know that I would move there because my home's in Alabama. No, I'm just kidding.
well, you know, you can get like property really cheap, or in some cases they'll pay you to come and
Right.
live there, or they'll pay for your schooling and, you know, different things like that, you know, just to come and populate their state, you know, and I'm
Right.
like, no, I'm not doing that.
That is so funny.
So Santa Craft says it's not cold up there in the summertime.
Well, that's probably true. I'll have to go and let you know.
Yeah. You can let me know when you
We'll
go.
let you know. So you can tell your wife so you can take her.
Yeah.
I've tried to get her to go on cruises up there. We love to cruise.
Yeah, that would be
She's
cool.
like out on that. She thinks iceberg, Titanic, you know, she's out.
Yeah. I can
So-
understand that.
What is the coolest thing that you guys have gotten to do in your camping wise? Like the most awesome thing, somebody you met or a really cool place you went?
I'll let you take this one.
For me, the best view, I'd say the $1 Million Highway
That was cool.
out west.
Silverton.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
scary.
Silverton was incredible.
So you guys
Yeah.
pulled your trailer across that?
We did.
Yeah.
That was so scary. I
It
couldn't
just-
look, and I
going down,
couldn't
yeah.
look because I would look in the mirror and I'd see how close the trailer tire was to
Oh,
the
yeah,
edge.
Yellow line,
And-
yeah. Or white
Yeah, I immediately, you know, my thought
I
went
was
to,
white enough on it
if
watching
that's
that
over
thing
there,
drive up that
it's
road.
done. It'll pull
Yeah,
us
it was
over
incredible.
and
It's
we'll dead.
awesome. It was, well, let's see what else we did a Virginia trip a few years ago because it was not that far. That was awesome. We did Williamsburg, and then we did Shenandoah National Park and all that area, and then we went to Grayson Highlands. Have y'all been to Grayson Highlands before? It's in Virginia. They have wild horses, which are super cool. The kids loved that. That was an
That's
awesome
cool.
trip. We've
I think my favorite memory, we were out west and we pulled over one day to have lunch. And with our toy hauler, we have the back door that, you know, folds down and makes a deck.
the deck thing.
And we were on a river and we sat out there and we had lunch, pulled over, and it was peaceful. We couldn't see another car the entire time we were there. And we just had a wonderful time with our family.
We were like in this
enjoying it.
canyon, you know, it's just stuff that you can't get that view in a restaurant for sure
No.
or anything. So that's what we love about camping is you can pull off, you know, make yourself some lunch, use your own
What
toilet.
you're trying to say is that's the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich you've ever had.
It was. And
Right.
then we started going up in altitude and our one daughter started puking up her lunch that we just had. So that moment passed really quickly. But
Oh,
I want to tell you, when Felix and what's his name was going up that curvy road the other day, I was white knuckling it and I was just watching the video and I knew they'd survive.
that's funny. What video? Where was that at, Felix?
that was the $1 Million Highway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty incredible. Now, when y'all were in Silverton, did y'all rent any kind of ATVs and go up on the?
Nope, we didn't do any of that. We
That
just
was the
drove
best.
through and then stopped and went camped for the night and then we left.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we would
it
have
was-
camped longer, but the elevation was starting to kind of get to Jesse and he couldn't breathe. So we're like, well, we might want to leave.
That's what was happening to our daughter. We had to actually come back down because we were going up there, and then she started getting sick, and we didn't realize. We thought maybe she was car sick, but then we went in to buy groceries, and we noticed like the little yogurt containers, like the top was like bubbled, you know.
Yeah.
And so I asked the lady at the checkout. I was like,
What's the
"What's the altitude here?" And she told me, and then I was like, "Oh, I think that's what's wrong." So we had to come back down. Just give her tons of water. That's what they say to do, and help her acclimate. And then we kind of were able to go back up, and she was fine. But yeah, scary. I was like, we're flatlanders over here in North Carolina. We don't know anything
Right.
about altitude.
Right.
So, but yeah, that was really awesome. We enjoyed that.
And then just the meeting people in general. You know, whenever we camp, we set up and we'll talk to whoever's around us.
Yeah.
And we've met people from all over, and we keep in touch with them. You know, through our YouTube channel, we're able to talk to them because on the back of our camper we have a big sticker that shows our channel. Mm-hmm. And you know, some people have seen it, they ask about it, or it's a good conversation starter for us. Mm-hmm. And we're able to just keep up with them and talk about what they have going on in life and where they're at and why they camp. And
make sure you know how to back your camper, though, if you're going to put your YouTube channel on the back of it.
Because everyone comes out to watch, and they're like, "Oh, I bet you're full time."
John Michael,
you back up.
Did you let the manhood down?
No, I handled it.
Wait a minute. Whoa, Monica. Wait a minute.
Sir?
Move out of the way, John Michael.
Wait, what? Me? Hey.
Yeah, we want to hear from character witnesses and witnesses on the scene. How many times did it take him to back the trailer into the spot? More than once?
No. He's
Well,
awesome
you just said make sure you know how to back up
I'm
a
just
camper.
saying we've watched a lot of other people.
Okay.
So
all right, you can come back in.
Okay.
I thought we were throwing you under the bus. I'm thinking a fireman can't back a trailer?
No, he does fine. I can't. Don't let me do it. It'll take me all day, but I try. I do give it a good, honest try, but I'm not good at it.
You threw me off, though. You said make sure you know how to back it up.
But I was just making that statement.
So she's talking about we were where were we?
We were in Arkansas.
In Arkansas, and we had booked a campsite, and when we got there, somebody was in our campsite. Mm-hmm. And he took the wrong paperwork at the checkout, so he got our campsite. So we're like, hey, you know, we have the wrong site. How do you want to handle this? And he's like, well, I'll back out and go where I'm supposed to. And it took him about 15 minutes.
No, it was longer than that. And the whole campground was standing there watching this poor fella. And he was like, like, you know, like that. What was that movie, Austin Powers?
Yeah, it looked like Austin Powers in the tunnel.
It was so funny. So we were like,
he finally left. He didn't stay. He pulled off.
Right. After he finally got out of that site, he didn't even stay at the campground. He was
y'all felt so bad, didn't you?
Oh, it felt terrible. But then everybody's talking to us, and they're like, y'all better not mess this up now. You got your camera.
The pressure's on.
Everybody's out here.
Jerry Holly came. Jerry Holly, y'all, I don't know if y'all watch our show much, but Jerry Holly, he's our unofficial co-host. Anyway, he came down from Kansas and camped with me and my wife several weeks ago. And I noticed when I pulled up, he was already at the campground. When I pulled up, he's recording.
That's right. And
I pull up, put that thing in there first time, you know, just right where I want it. And he's like, dadgummit, when I get out. I said, what? He said, I was trying to catch YouTube gold there. I wonder how many times it took you to put that in the hole.
Does it feel good?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you can back
makes you feel manly.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, I was just making that blanket statement to make sure you know that about him. He does.
I don't have my name on mine yet, and I do have the decal somewhere, but then we decided we're going to downsize rigs too, so I may have mine put on a yard sign until we decide what we're going to do, and then have it
out front.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We have ours like it's got that big door on the back, and it's like plastered on the whole thing. So
yeah, I've got one made for ours, so we got that big old door too, and they had a big Harley logo on it when we got it. The people we bought it from hauled a Harley trike, right. And the only reason they sold it is because when they bought the Harley trike, the wife went into driving. And after they'd had that trike a while, she wanted her own, so they couldn't get two trikes. So they had to swap rigs to get two trikes.
Gotcha.
We have our name on the back, and I always remind Jesse, no road rage.
Yeah.
Right.
Seriously, because I'm like, that's the last comment I want to see on one of our videos is, you know, hey, you guys drive like idiots, or you know, whatever. So I'm like, always reminding him, when the trailer is attached, you've got to, you know.
Me and John Michael's used to that. We have numbers on our work rigs.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find me.
Yeah, it's hard to dodge a big old red truck or a yellow school bus.
That's right.
That's right.
I nearly pulled out in front of a vehicle one time. It was at a bad location, and I did. I mean, it all on me. But what it was, there was nobody coming. And what happened? This car had pulled out between, you know, real close to us, and by the time I turned the other way, you know how you already start rolling? You know, you go left, right, left. Well, when I come back left, I was done rolling forward, which is wrong. You're not supposed to let off the brake till you clear the left the second time. Anyway, and I never did get close to hitting them, but because I was rolling forward, it scared them, even though they pulled out. Anyway, so when I get back, I tell one of my supervisors as soon as I get back, I say, "Hey, Nerdy pulled out in front of a car. Just gonna let you know." They said, "Yeah, they done called."
Yeah, they will.
Looking out for you.
That's right.
Yeah, buddy. So, but so when I started YouTube, and of course, you know, it was just something I wanted to do. I'd seen it. I was like y'all. I got to where TV was not worth watching. Still ain't.
No.
I wanted real stuff, so I started watching a lot of YouTube, and I started making a few videos, just playing, you know, just having fun and trying it out, learning. The kids got me a MacBook and was teaching me little things. But I always thought when I started my channel that it would always be me against the world. Was that your thinking when you started? And have you noticed that it's not that way, or have you noticed it is? In y'all's case, it may be.
As far as like competing for views, is that what you're talking about?
Well, I always thought that I would be doing my own thing. I wouldn't have a group of friends around me. It would just be me. I'd be posting stuff. If people liked it, they'd come and watch it. That's how I envisioned it.
Well,
Now I have a group, a whole community of people that we all interact with and friends.
Yeah, we've met a lot of cool people. Honestly, this year, I don't know, you guys, I know that Felix, you guys watch our channel, but we've been through a lot this year health-wise. Shawn Michael's had a lot of issues. And the outpouring of love and support we did not expect. So I guess in a way, yeah, we didn't really expect that, you know, but we would, when we started, it was, like you said, it was just us. And we thought, we'll post this and family will watch our crazy whatevers. And it won't, you know, probably won't go anywhere. But, you know, I mean, we had people in Australia and Canada and just all over the world. They would send us messages, "Hey, we're praying for you. We're praying for you." You know, so that was really unexpected.
Absolutely.
We just did not. And we've, you know, met some folks that we're going to go visit and things like that. You know, people that we never would have met otherwise.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and become good friends with
right. Them. I mean, it's just, it is different than what I expected. I didn't realize, I guess, that there was such a community on here. You know, because we'd always watch these channels and we just never really even commented or anything before. We just, and I didn't know how to make videos. We just kind of started literally flying by the seat of our pants, figuring this whole thing out. So neither one of us are techie at all.
Oh yeah, no.
Like at all. So this whole thing has just been a learning curve for us. It's been a new adventure.
Yeah.
Literally.
One of my best friends is sitting right here. And I've never heard her husband. I've never met them.
Yeah.
But they're one of my best friends. And she handles a lot of all the merchandise stuff on our show. And anything to do with logos and stuff, she handles it. But we just met in a chat room along with Nettie, who is usually here, and Jerry, who is usually here. And we're best friends. I have met Jerry. And K&R Destinations. I don't know if you guys follow them. If you don't, because if you had, you'd have known exactly who we're talking about. Anyway, I've met them.
And out.
We just don't have a lot of time to watch a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I understand. We've been going through that, getting rid of the house, but I wouldn't take nothing for the family I have. It's been a different experience, and I've learned a lot. I've learned how to do a lot of stuff, and
we'll show you not how to do it if you ever watch any of our videos.
It's a how not to. Pretty much.
If you know how to read the email, you'll learn that real quick, right?
Yeah.
We get a few comments, not every day, but the next day will make up for it. So
yeah. So I guess that's kind of, it did definitely not, it was different than what we expected, I guess.
Did y'all have an explosion in your growth, or have y'all how long have y'all been doing it?
We have been, so it's been about 2 years that we've been on YouTube, but we started out just super slow, posting kind of here and there. And then during the pandemic, when I was laid off, we posted about twice a week, maybe. And then now with his health and the puppies and everything else, we've been like once a week again. But no, not really an explosion. It's been steady. My goal for the end of this year was 5,000. We're at 3 right now, so we'll see. I mean, honestly, with the way this year's been, I'm very happy with where we're at. I mean, I'm just not, my goal really is to make quality videos that people want to watch.
Right.
So
I would say they exploded because I haven't been following them for a full year yet. And I know I haven't because we really didn't start watching anybody in this community until around December-ish. And I remember you guys hitting your 1,000 because you guys did a live stream when you did
you're right. That was
your 1,000,
right.
and you guys are already at 3,000. So yeah. So to me, that's an explosion. I think
well, I guess too,
really quick.
Once you hit that 1,000, it seems to just grow a lot faster too. I feel like it's picked up. So we just hit 2,000 in the summer though.
Yeah.
So I guess it has. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. It's been good. It's been a good year for us.
I know you talked about the fur babies being a big hit,
Mm-hmm.
but is that some of your best videos, or do you have one that just totally rocked?
So we have two of our higher performing videos. The one about the dogs, and then the review of our camper has actually done extremely well.
Which was a terrible video, by the way.
It was our second video, I think.
Yeah, and the audio.
We filmed it with the iPhone and we're walking around and not knowing what we're doing at all, and very conscious or self-conscious about talking. And we
were learning. And the video is really long. The audio is terrible. It's super glitchy, but we didn't know what we were doing. But yeah, it's had like 90,000 views or something.
Right.
Wow,
so
that's
that
awesome.
One. And then John Michael's mom, she'll get on here with us sometimes, and she is a channel favorite. I don't know if you've ever seen her before, Felix, but she cooks with us sometimes. Yep. She's a sweetheart. And like when she gets in the kitchen and she starts cooking, people love her. They love her. And she did this video with us that was a fall Chex Mix. And every fall now it explodes. And it's probably getting ready to do it again because she's just the sweetest little thing. So
that's funny that you have a video that's very seasonal.
Different.
That's that it would show so much growth in a certain season. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, it is a fall Chex Mix video, and so we've kind of done a lot of things. I think a lot of people when they start out they do that. They're like, let's try a little of this, let's try a little of this, kind of see what our channel kind of goes towards, what our viewers like. I guess you guys have done that as well, probably.
Yeah,
but
sort of.
Definitely the dogs. People love the dogs.
Yeah. It's hard to rein in the niche, especially for us because
we say niche in the South, not niche, by the way.
Yeah, I got you.
But we're all over the place. So sometimes it is the farm, and we include our YouTube family with what we're doing on the farm. Sometimes it's us camping. Sometimes we've had some videos do quite well with the side-by-side.
Yeah.
So, like if we're out in West Virginia or something like that, we'll include those videos, and they do very well. So it's a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of the mini donkeys.
Aren't they cute?
I love the one. I can't remember which video it was, but every time I think it was him, would try to talk, the donkey would make a noise.
Yes.
Or was it the rooster would make a noise? No,
I think it was
the donkeys.
It might have been the chickens too. They're noisy too, but probably the donkeys. They're super noisy. They're funny though. We love them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So who is the video person? Who does all the video and editing?
That's me. I do it. Yeah, I had to learn seriously on the fly. I mean, I just started putting things together and trying to figure out how to do it. Literally had no clue. But just decided that was something I wanted to try to do, and I figured it out. I'm not the best. I would not say I'm the best at it. I'm not a good videographer. I'm learning. I'd love to take some classes or something and just kind of get better at it. But, I'm a dental hygienist. I clean teeth. I don't know.
I was just going to ask what you did.
Yeah, that's what I do that's my day job.
Oh, Lord. I could not do your job. That would be terrible.
It's a great job. I love it. And my schedule's great. And, but yeah, so this is totally off of the norm for me. And then you already know what he does. So yeah, definitely was not something we had expected.
So how many kiddos did you say you had?
We have 2.
We have 2 girls.
Oh Lord, John Michael.
Wait, what was that face when you said 2 girls? Is that
They're
future
great.
fear
They're
I
really
see in
great.
your face?
Do what?
Is that future fear? It's like,
Maybe.
no.
Yeah.
not
We have 2
girls.
girls and lots of guns.
Right.
Yeah. I
Yep,
hear you. I got one girl.
Well, they're
I've
great.
done run off one boyfriend.
We're not ready. We're not ready for that yet. Our oldest just started high school this year.
Oh dear
She-
Lord.
Oh.
She tells me she doesn't have any good choices, right, Kayla?
That's why we moved her to homeschooling.
Yeah, we're homeschooling her. And
Not a lot of guys here.
I said, you don't have any good choices, right? She said, no, they're horrible. So, yeah. And then our little one, she's in 5th grade. So she's going to school right now.
So the only thing I can say is Dad is supposed to be the best boyfriend. So
Well, we
Hannah
got
needs
that
to
on
be
wrap.
grounded.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great with them. He's
So-
great with the kid in water.
We had 2. Keisha, our oldest, and our son Thomas. And me and Keisha does tons of stuff together. Me and Thomas, we're like polar opposites, but they're both mama's babies. And mama is everything to both of them, and that's great. But
Yeah.
they hang out with dads when they want something.
Isn't that funny? These
But now
kids.
me and our oldest daughter, we deer hunt together. We collect stuff, Second Amendment stuff together, and we do hockey games together and all that kind of good fun stuff. And
That's cool.
so, what is new and up and coming on the channel?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, the dogs will be leaving us in about 2 weeks. So then we'll be doing some more camping, we hope. And then we've actually got a lot of fencing projects we're working on around here on the farm.
The goal is to get some cattle around here.
We haven't told everybody.
Oh, y'all got that exclusive. I forgot.
Don't tell all your secrets.
We're getting some more animals on the farm.
We started a fencing project, and then I had to have surgery, and the project kind of died. So I'm looking forward to, now that it's cooler, I'm
Luckily
looking
you
forward
didn't
to,
die though.
right?
Yeah.
Looking forward to getting back on that project.
So
I'm
are
just
you
glad
all,
threw
are
that
you all
in, Monica.
in good health now? Are you good and good to go health wise,
I'm
or
good to go. I started back at the fire department actually this weekend. I'm not 100% where I was, but I'd say close to 90.
He's getting there.
Getting the endurance, I used to work about 100 hours a week, and with the fire department, and also an electrician, and getting my skill set back to be able to work that extended period of time, not necessarily skill set, endurance, and then be able to be useful at home. I kind of get home now and I'm tired, but it's all coming around, and we're getting there.
I'm sure Monica will whip you into shape in another couple of weeks.
That's right.
I see that
She'll take
evil
care of
look. All wives have 2 personalities: one in front of the camera and one behind the camera.
Well, actually, it's actually his dad that's working him harder than me. He
Oh yeah.
he feels as though he's his own physical therapist.
That's right.
So he has been helping.
I got a dad like that.
Mm-hmm. It's great actually.
I'm just trying to keep up with him. My dad's 62 and he still works harder than anybody I know. And
my
I'm trying
dad's
to keep up with him.
72.
It's awesome.
He was under. We was looking at buying a house yesterday, and he was under the house, and
Right.
And he runs dozers and dump trucks. He got a foot that's giving him a hard time, but he'll still outwork most people.
That's right.
Tell
My goal is
Hannah
to
to
be
come
that
in
guy.
here and talk to us. Is it Hannah? Is it Hannah?
What?
Hannah?
Monica?
No, the girl. There she is.
This is Kayla. Hi.
Kayla?
Here, stick your head in here. Ow. Hi.
Hey, girl.
I was fixing her hair for her. Okay. Go back to school. So as far as the rest of the channel, today we have a video coming out. We just got a solo stove. Have y'all tried those before? There's supposed to be a smokeless fire pit. So we got that.
We actually had this set up. Like I had a fire pit set up this morning, and we were hanging out by the fire pit, and we were going to do our live stream by the fire pit. It looked so cool. And then our neighbors are getting gutters put on their house, and the guys are out there, and you hear motors running and people hammering. I was like, we got to go inside.
Yeah, it kind of messed us up. So we did a video on that. That'll be coming out today at 2:30. And then what else is coming up? We got.
Look forward to get back to camping.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So we'll get back to that ASAP. But
Yeah.
To be honest, we're not great at knowing what we're going to do next. It's kind of one of
Yeah,
those
man.
things of like, what do you want to do today? We got to get a video out. And
or like,
or
oh,
this week.
we got this going on this weekend. Let's film it. You know, so we're not the best at planning ahead because our life is so crazy busy right now. So
I get up in the morning, Tammy gives me a little bit of what I'm going to do, and Felix tells me the rest of what I'm going to do.
yeah,
And then
That's
by the end of
convenient.
the day, Tammy gets me back. So I have a bunch of women telling me what to do all day.
That's life.
All my
I
bosses
live with
at
3
school
women.
are women, except for the top two. But my immediate bosses are all women. So,
can you take Sparkle out, please? Thank you.
so
Do you need to go outside? Do you need to go outside? The dogs need to go out. Hang on. Potty break.
yeah,
Oh.
Felix's dog when Felix's dog hears the extra music, it comes running. Time to go potty.
Yep, she knows.
They know, huh? Thank you, Kayla. She's taking them out. We're good. It's great having a kid at home. Not you.
Yeah.
It actually is, but
Yeah,
we're
my
gonna miss her
son
when she's
says kid slave.
That's why we had
Yeah.
it.
Hi, Ellie. Yeah, you can be a slave forever. I'm aware. You're aware? Okay, good. As long as you know.
See, I bought both of mine cars. Of course, they excelled in school, and we sort of had a deal with them. But what they didn't know is, if I bought them a real nice car, that's more leverage to being good.
There you go.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah,
Maybe we
so
should do that.
I don't know that I had to take a car away maybe once, and I'm not going to name which child for future embarrassment, but once maybe. And that would not have been probably for school. That would have been just for running around. So, because if we ground them from the car from school, guess what? We have to carry them to school, right? So it's
Yeah.
like grounding ourselves. So,
Right.
but I can't say that I had to ground them from car, but once maybe. So,
Well, that's good.
yep. I never had to beat my kids very often. Maybe once when they're young life, and then they remembered it, so we didn't have to do that again.
That's always a good thing too.
That's how I was raised. I didn't forget the first one. Didn't have to have
That's right.
I did. I just had short-term memory.
I'm still
I had a
afraid of
good
my dad.
relationship with my dad's belt.
My mom used to wear Agner belts. I knowed it. Do you not know what an Agner belt was? They was about a 1/4 inch wide and had the A's all in it.
Uh-oh.
The little metal
An
A. Agner was big. Back in the early 80s, I guess it was. I was young, so it had to have been late 70s, early 80s. So,
Wow.
so where are y'all going? Like, what part of the country are y'all going to next?
Well, we want to go probably next month. We're going to try to do either the North Carolina mountains or Tennessee, that area. So not too far. Obviously, we don't have a lot of time off right now.
Right. I burnt through a lot of time the last few weeks, months being off work. So we got to stay local. But our next big trip, we want to go to either Michigan area.
We've got a couple of options.
Or we want to go like Pacific or Northeast, excuse me.
So either Maine, Michigan, or we really want to do Glacier National Park out in Montana. So those are our options for next summer.
We do one big trip a summer.
Right. Yeah.
And we're trying to narrow down which one do we want to go to.
Yeah.
So if y'all do the Tennessee, y'all have to swing by North Alabama, stay at DeSoto State Park. The kids will love it. Hiking, kayaking.
Gary, you're cutting out.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
All that sounds fun.
Your
Sounds
face
great.
is froze. There he went.
There he went.
We was gonna go to Glacier this year, but since it was like still closed on the east side,
Right.
we changed our minds because we wanted to be able to drive all the way through. We didn't want to go, drive, turn around, backtrack, and come back out, or whatever. So we changed our plan, and that's when we went over to Oregon and all that and came back. But
My parents
I'm kind of glad
went out
myself, but
my parents went out there and they were saying it was really a pain because of the closure and everything, and they had to like you were saying, they had to drive up and then all the way back.
Yeah. See, I'm really glad we didn't do that because I figured it would be a pain.
And they ended up coming back early. They normally stay a few months, but they came back early because of it, and it was a pain. Like the Indian reservation on the backside was closed. You couldn't drive through there, so they had to drive back through. Get down, Ellie. Back through. So, yeah, down.
Fur babies is wanting mama.
That's right.
She's a little too big for a lap dog, but she don't know it, so
Right.
she still thinks she is.
Our boys, now Thomas, our son's got them spoiled because they sleep with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
And so when he comes in the door, they go to Thomas. But if Thomas ain't home, it's Tammy. They want Tammy. If she's laying on the couch watching TV, they're laying on the couch watching TV.
There you go.
Wherever she's at, they're at. Now me, they run. Don't know why, but they run.
Our two big dogs, they each sleep with one of the kids. So
I went and got another one for y'all's viewing pleasures.
Lordy mercy.
This is Bailey. He's the one that's going to New York with the flight nanny.
Oh.
He's so sweet. Oh my goodness. His fur is so soft too. He's a good boy. But he was in there yelping.
Crying. Mama had to go get him.
that's right.
Mm-hmm. And he's sweet. Oh my goodness. He's special.
So how many puppies do y'all generally have a year that y'all sell?
She had
We won't do more than one litter.
no. So she did. She had 9 last time, and she had 7 this time. So, yeah. Yep. So it's busy around here.
Do they have a good rate of survival?
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she had
As far as birth,
Yeah,
8. We lost 1.
I got you.
Yeah.
in both of her litters, we've lost one.
And they say that's normal. The vet says that's totally normal that it happens. Ellie, quit licking her in the face. Get down.
But
So-
you saved one.
I saved 2
Didn't-
actually.
Oh, you saved 2. Okay. Yeah. So it
It's one
actually
of the
would have
ones
been a
we-
bigger loss if you hadn't known what you were doing.
There would have been 3 that we would have lost. He's one of the ones we saved. It's perfectly healthy, fine. Everything's good. So thankfully, we know how to do puppy CPR.
That's awesome.
But sometimes they just get too much fluid in their lungs, So if somebody's not there with them, they'll lose quite a few. Thankfully we were there. Like he winked at me. He literally winked at me.
Bailey's gonna be spoiled rotten, I think.
Bailey is going to be spoiled rotten. His parents are so excited about him. They can't wait.
Yeah, if they would pay to have one flown to New York, I'm sure they're gonna spoil him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what we hope.
Oh, he will. They're so excited.
Yeah.
He's
Do,
like,
do y'all sell mini to like big city people, condo living?
not this type of dog. It's
Yeah, I was
usually,
gonna say.
it's usually people like
A lot of them, they have property. These dogs love water, so we like for them to have that availability to get to water. Larger areas are
Yeah,
usually.
he's going to a farm in upstate New York. Hold on, he's trying to get away. I'm gonna put him back. So, yeah.
Yeah, they go all over. I mean, our dogs, they all live inside, but they love to get outside, and we have a creek on the property, and they play in the creek, and they love to just get out there and have a big time and get wet. So.
Oh yeah, just like kids, ain't they?
Right? Same with our kids. They like to get out there, get in the creek, get wet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And me.
You're like a big kid, aren't you?
So you said you're recovering well from your deal, and you're back to work and all that. Jerry Holly, our unofficial host of the fire, as a fireman, he is a like district chief or something.
Okay.
He's not the chief over all of it, but some kind of, I forgot what it's called, Felix,
Captain?
No,
Battalion chief?
he do what?
Battalion chief?
Maybe that's what it is. Like they have different districts, and he's
Right.
over like a district. And but he's just sick today. He texted me right before the show and said that he just wasn't up to being on, so
I
he's
hate
been
this.
puny all weekend. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he
But,
doesn't have the COVID though.
yeah, that's the good thing.
Yeah.
So you're talking about your health. Y'all are close to a really good hospital there, right? North Carolina.
We have a couple of them right around us. We're quite fortunate in that aspect. So, yeah.
Because we're not far from Charlotte. They have several really good hospitals right here in Charlotte. And then there's
And like the
Duke's
Duke
not
Hospital
far,
and Wake
Chapel
Forest,
Hill,
Chapel Hill.
yeah.
Yeah.
So thankfully,
Yeah.
we've got great care here.
I have a lot of hearing issues and other issues, and we're 2 hours from Birmingham, and Birmingham is loaded with good hospitals. We're, I guess, as a country as a whole, we're blessed with medical stuff.
Absolutely.
We are, yeah. Very
Most of us
fortunate.
were within 2 hours of a pretty good facility,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's pretty cool. Have y'all ever had any issues out on the road needing medical facilities?
No.
No, not with us. No, we've been very fortunate. We've had issues with like blown tires and stuff, but other than that, I mean, as far as our health, no.
We've been camping before and had, hiking trails and come across people that
Yeah.
have fallen down, and we've had to help get them out of the woods, broken legs and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
He kind of finds trouble.
right, a lot of traffic accidents that I've been able to be first on, come out and help. 18-wheelers that have flipped.
Yeah. Oh,
People
yeah.
have been hurt in
Yeah.
car accidents and stuff that we've been able to come and be first on scene or help them out. So,
But
Yeah.
we've personally thankfully, we've been fine.
very blessed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in medic school, a friend of mine, me and him was in Kansas City, Missouri, and we was me and him owned a business together at the time, and he was a paramedic and I was in medic school, and we were in a restaurant up there with out of state. You know how all those legal issues come into play.
Yeah.
And we was in some kind of restaurant eating, and all of a sudden you hear somebody hacking in the background across the
Right.
store. And I'm not licensed, I mean, I know how to do the basic stuff. I look at Steve, and Steve said, he's like, give it a minute, they're still breathing. And they're just hacking and hacking and hacking. And finally, they hack it up. But Steve's like, there's just so much that could go wrong right here. He said, we're going to go over there, but let's just give them a minute. They're still hacking.
That's right.
Oh man.
But yeah, we run into a lot of stuff. Even me and Tammy today, we still run into a lot of stuff. People being sick or injured or car wrecks. You'll see your share of car wrecks on the road.
Yeah.
We have seen some bad. We saw a bad RV rollover that one time. Remember, it was like torn to pieces. That's scary.
Wow.
You think about how quickly those things can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And when we blew a tire in New Mexico, when we were going through there, and it blew, and the second one on that side was getting ready to blow, and this 18-wheeler flagged us down. Luckily, we did not have a tire pressure monitor system, which we do have now. So that was scary because, if that other tire had blown, our RV would have rolled.
Yeah, it was
And
a
then
back tire, and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it.
Didn't feel it at all.
And speed limits out west are crazy high.
I think it was 80. Yeah, and it was
we
hot.
were close to the speed limit, and the temperature of the asphalt was like 120 degrees. And
right, like he said, we were hauling 20,000. It was 20,000 pounds. So if that thing had started to flip, it could have been really bad. So that's why now we do have the tire pressure monitoring system, and hopefully, in the future, if something starts to go, low, we'll know it before it gets to that point. So, because it did tear up underneath, like where that one blew out. There's a little bit of damage in that wheel well. It's not bad though.
Right.
It could have been really bad. So
yeah,
me
and Tammy travels a lot. We're in the party business. We have the inflatables, the slides, and stuff. And we used to have a big contract with the Church of God of Alabama in Springville, Alabama, at the youth camp. And we'd go down there and do 5 big events a year. And I got a 24-foot race car trailer, and I had my Duramax. And so we would haul that trailer loaded with our loader on it to Springville and back 5 times a year. And I'm like you guys, I don't have tire monitors, but we run new tires, and we always watching. So I'm going down through the interstate, and I see this little flatbed trailer shredding a tire, and they don't know it. One piece comes off, and another piece is coming off, and I know this is going to get bad, and so I'm trying to get up beside it because they're not going there. And so about the time I get up beside it and roll my window down, that tar shreds. Well, do you know what happens to a tire when it shreds?
Mm-hmm.
It goes the opposite direction of the vehicle it's on.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 tires waving them down because when it shredded, it exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it did, it threw every bit of that under my trailer.
Yeah.
Well, steel belted radial tire has steel in it.
That's
It
what
went
happened to us.
3
Yeah.
tires. It cost me 3 tires. I made it back home, but
Wow.
when they pulled them off, you could see the steel shreds.
Right.
That's what happened to our second tire. You could see all the little steel pieces in it, and it was like psh, it was leaking like crazy. So it was pretty nuts.
Yep. Yep. But I tell people all the time it ain't most of the time you can control your rig if you blow one tire,
Right.
but your
Right.
tire, if you're in the left lane, just like that bunch happened to me, which that was my fault. I was trying to help them, and that wouldn't have happened. And they might have seen it when it exploded. I don't know. I was trying to prevent something,
Yeah.
and I may have. I still don't know because somebody else could have been behind them and it'd been bad. But that's why when you pull up beside a tractor trailer, go on. Don't
Yeah.
hang out. That's a deadly place to be beside a tractor trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hand truck tire explode on my hand and nearly broke it year before last.
Mm.
And I was ironing it up. What it was, it was a little dry rotted, and even just not even max pressure, it exploded and it nearly took this thumb off.
That's bad.
And so that was just a little tire. So what kind of truck you say you bought? GMC?
We got a Chevrolet. We got a 2020 Chevrolet.
3500 Duramax?
Yes, sir.
I've been a Chevy guy all my life. I just bought a Ram, but you'll love the Chevrolet, I think.
Well, I've been a Ford guy, so this
Yeah,
is new to me.
He had to eat a lot of crow when he bought the Chevy.
But my brother he's a Chevy salesman, so he talked me into it, and we switched over, and so far I'm thrilled.
We've done a video on the new truck. You'll have to go watch it. It's really
Yeah.
nice.
And there was some kind of I can't remember what it was, some kind of a funky feature in that truck that I hadn't seen before.
Was it the heads-up display where it shows like the on the windshield your speed and everything, or was it the camera that turns into a
Rearview mirror.
mirror?
I can't remember what it
I
was.
like that.
I don't know, but that truck's loaded down. I know that. You guys got
It is.
probably every feature available to any vehicle or all vehicles
I think so.
combined.
Well, the bad
Yeah.
thing is we got it and now we haven't been able to use it at all. We've not. I mean, because
Well, we ordered it in February, and I actually got it
we got it in July
July.
because the plant shut down because of COVID, and then we got it a week before his surgery.
And then wasn't able to drive it.
And then he had, so
and then
he's
hadn't been able to go now that we got the dog. So
right.
we hooked up to the camper and pulled it around town one day just because I had to.
We just had to see how it pulled, and it did great.
It will do great. I was a Chevy guy all my life. I had a 65 Chevrolet when I graduated high school, and I've had about 10 Duramax trucks, and I just had some issues with the last couple. Probably not nothing, but I just got sick of it, you know. I mean,
Right.
I was buying them brand new, all but one, and anyway, so I had my buddies talk me into a Ram, and I've not seen my Ram in a couple of weeks. It's in the shop. 50,000 miles. Ram is not paying to have it fixed, so I got to have it fixed. Don't let your truck sit idle or sit still. My truck sits in the wintertime because we don't work.
Yeah.
And my nephew and them, they run a diesel shop. Them actuators go bad on them turbos, sitting still.
Yeah.
And so, guess what's not covered? If the turbo is not bad, the actuator is not covered under your bumper-to-bumper warranty.
Oh, wow.
Would you like to know what Ram wanted to fix that?
I'm scared to ask.
38. It was $37.90 something, $3,800.
Ouch. Yeah, it's
I
expensive
carried
to
it
keep
to a
these trucks running.
second dealer to get a second opinion, of course, right? I paid
Right.
them $100 and something to tell me they weren't going to fix it. So I carried it to another dealer in Winchester, Tennessee to get a second opinion. Well, that cost me $130 for them to tell me no, they weren't going to cover it either.
Wow.
So they did offer to do it for $2,400 with aftermarket parts. And I'm like, I don't want Ram parts anyway.
Yeah.
But then my nephew said he'd do it for a little less than $1,500. You know, I'm making that sound good, but I shouldn't have to pay. The truck costs $70,000.
Right.
Right.
You know, so, but I was going to tell you, don't leave that thing sitting still because my nephew said that's what killed that actuator.
Man.
As long as the turbo's good. He said now if the turbo's bad, it could cause the actuator to go bad. But
Okay.
Well, hopefully we won't have that problem.
So
Yeah.
drive it to the grocery store. Let the boss drive it.
Is that me?
No.
That's me.
Yeah.
Well, the week we got our truck, we drove to Maryland. Our kids were up there while
Right.
I was having surgery, and Monica had to drive it back because I wasn't feeling well. So she had never driven it before, and she drove it back through DC.
I had to drive, through DC, and that big old truck with now it's got the camper shell on the back, so there's no rear view mirror, and it was crazy. I did it though. It actually drives like a car. I mean, it's
It
it's
does.
got that thing's smarter than I am. It's got so many like bells and whistles on it, but
I
yeah.
doubt it's smarter than you, Monica. I've been married 32 years. I doubt that.
He's a smart fella.
He is. He knows what to say.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
So, Monica, what did you get? He got a new truck. What did you get? I've been married 32 years. I see that look too.
I am, the truck's for everybody. I didn't get it. What did I get?
Oh yeah.
whatever you want.
You're gonna get them in trouble.
She got a house.
Whatever you want.
Mhm.
The truth
No,
comes out.
the truck, we needed the truck, and it's actually a work truck too. So it's it's dual purpose.
Now,
for
what
the
she's
family.
saying in redneck terms is it's a tax deduction as well.
Yeah.
Right. So we got to have puppies again. And that, I don't know. What did I didn't get nothing. I didn't get nothing. There you go. That's okay. I'm good with it.
You got to keep your husband, didn't you? That was a blessing enough.
That's a
wasn't it?
blessing.
That was so sweet. You said a while ago.
You
You didn't
control her
die.
room heat and air.
Yeah, you didn't die.
I love the passion and the emotion you put in that. You didn't die. You sound like my wife.
We're at that point now where we just have to laugh because there's been so much that it's just like, well, at least you're not dead.
That's right.
Hey, and I'm a big cut up. My wife, I don't let anybody family. I don't cut them no slack. I don't care what we're going through.
We don't
Me and my daughters had a lot of surgeries. And I cut up about my hearing on here all the time. And I'm really close to losing all of it in this ear. But I still cut up about it a lot because I can't change that.
No.
Yeah.
You have to laugh about it. Even in the hospital, I was picking with him and, I'll move his tray table.
I would have to be laughing because,
You got to.
it's a scary deal. I'm sure what you went through.
Yeah, it was.
You fight fires. That's nothing scary.
Right?
You run in, right?
That's the easy part.
When they're cutting on your head, it's a different.
I think you had so many people praying for you.
You're right.
That there is no way God didn't hear it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think you had so many people praying for you,
We
and
feel very blessed.
yeah.
The peace that I had was directly from the Lord. I give him all the credit in the world for that.
I know.
Right.
yeah.
Able to do anything.
Right. And honestly, because the hardest thing for me with his surgery this time was that I had to be by myself with COVID. I mean, nobody could be in there with me.
Oh, I did not think about that.
So sitting in the waiting room, he was in brain surgery and I'm sitting there by myself, but I had peace. I knew that God was with me. And, I kept getting messages through YouTube, through Facebook, through like family and different texts. And just knowing people were praying for me. And then you could really feel the peace of the Lord, really helped us through that. And it's been an amazing testimony, honestly. I mean, it sucked going through it. Not pretend like it didn't.
Well, I'm just glad you were able to be with him. I thought you would not have been able to have been with him.
They let me stay.
We got very fortunate.
They let me stay. Even in ICU, I got to stay. I think, it was very serious. And I think that's why they let me stay. But I didn't complain. I just kind of hide in the corner, just not say anything. But yeah, they let me stay, and I tried to stay out of their way, as much as I could. But he was a good patient this time.
That's an improvement because apparently I've been a bad patient in the past, so I worked very hard at that.
Well, I've said all along, I look at ICU different. To me, ICU is there where they can take care of you. But I would absolutely go nuts if I didn't have Tammy in there with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean that he's more special than anybody else. I've never had to be in ICU. I've had some pretty serious ear surgeries, and I've been cut open and all kind of stuff, but not nothing to the extent that you have. But I've always said if I was in ICU, if they ever wanted me to get better, they'd have to bring Tammy. You know,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know it sounds cheesy,
No.
It's not.
but I can hold Tammy's hand. Like when I had these ear surgeries, I lose my balance a lot of times, and I'll
Yep.
just lay in the bed. But I can reach over and grab Tammy's hand, and it's like the whole world is better.
Yeah. And he would
Yeah.
say that. He would say, "Where's Monica? Where's Monica?" And the nurses would be like, "Leave her alone. She's sleeping."
Yeah.
So don't wake her up. She's fine.
I had been awake for like 48 hours at
Oh
one
yeah.
point, and I finally fell asleep. And there were like lights on. There were, all kinds of like bells and whistles going off. But I just passed. I was so tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I tried to be a good nurse this time. I've not always been the best nurse either, so I tried.
I got the best one.
Hygienists don't make the best nurses.
Yeah. They're like, perk it up, Buttercup. Just walk.
You're not dead.
Right?
We Southern women don't have a lot of patience.
When
We're not known for it.
I was fixing to fly out to Uganda. I had a whole team of people lined up. I was fixing to fly out to Uganda, and it was like 2 days before I was fixing to fly out. I was going to be gone 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. Anyway, all this was set up. Everything was planned. And I wake up one night, and I hear something, and Tammy has passed out in the bathroom in the middle of the night. Just like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, I'm just panicked, it's different when it's your family, right? And so she lays here in the bed during the night, and I lay there with her. But as scared as I was, as sick as she was, she just had like the flu or something. It was awful. And I just laid on her and just sort of, try to comfort her, and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. But she could even put her hand on my head and I would feel better. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's just love. I sound cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I say. You believe it or not, it was a miracle. But the next morning, Tammy acted like nothing had ever happened.
Wow.
She wasn't sick. It's just all God. But
amen. That's awesome.
It's just cheesy to say that just the touch, holding her hand, makes that big of a difference. But it's true. I always say that's what true love is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't think that's cheesy.
I don't think it's cheesy either, but I think it's funny that you say it's cheesy.
Well, I mean, people, guys saying that. If y'all were saying that, that probably wouldn't sound that way. But for guys to say that, I think sometimes people say that you're a wimp. But it's just the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so how's the kiddos like being famous rock stars on YouTube?
So our youngest daughter is our biggest fan, I think. We've got a space right here on the wall that's blank because she's planning on putting our YouTube medals up there when we get them. She's so funny.
Anything she prefaces is when we reach our or when we get our millions, because
Yeah.
we're on the way, right?
Right. She's so funny. And she'll sign like our Christmas cards. Subscribe to the NEU Adventure. Yeah, like I caught her doing that for like our neighbors' Christmas cards and stuff, and I was like, child, but she loves it. Kayla, how do you feel about it?
I enjoy it, but it's a lot of work.
She enjoys it, but it's a lot of work. If y'all couldn't hear that,
Because you're always like video ideas, and I'm like, I got nothing.
Well, she just answered my question. I was going to say, do they come up with a lot of ideas? I guess that's a no.
Kayla helps me with editing because she's way better at that than I am. Like our like my notes and stuff in the bottom, she'll proofread all that stuff for me. Or if I have text in my videos, she'll proofread that for me because I make mistakes and she catches them, right, girl? Mm-hmm. She's a smart cookie, that one. So she helps me with that stuff.
That's awesome to have a proofreader. Because even if you read it again, you still can miss that you spelled something wrong or whatever.
You don't see it because you typed it.
Right.
You're reading it as you thought it reads.
Right.
So she looks at that stuff for me, and then but they're good with it. I don't actually have them in the videos a whole lot, just because people can be really ugly and say mean things, and there's a lot of creepers out there. So we kind of limit that, just for that reason, really. They're in them though. They're in the videos, but we don't let them do a whole heck of a lot anymore in them. You know, people, do y'all get that a lot? Like rude comments and stuff? I'm sure you do.
Oh,
But
yeah. Oh,
You ought to
yeah.
be on 6 times a week.
if that's aimed at my children, you're going to see a whole different side of me
Yeah.
that you don't want to
Yeah.
see.
I could sell rude remarks by the dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People make fun of my forehead being big. I mean, I agree that it is.
Mine too.
Really?
Fun of it.
I bet they talk about John Michael's haircut constantly.
Right?
No, usually it's my forehead, not his.
It's one of ours.
One person said my forehead looked like his. I was like, well, yeah, it's close. But
We get told we got a 5 head.
yeah, no, this is funny. But yeah, so that's why I don't really put them in a lot. But
We have big foreheads.
not because you have big foreheads.
There's always a joker in the crowd.
She was good for that.
That was quick. That was good.
Hey, make me a sandwich, kiddo.
What do you want on it?
Hey, you can start letting her do the voiceovers.
Yeah, they do
They
sometimes.
have those.
They do those.
What
for
you
me
can do,
sometimes.
you can do a video of y'all two and let the daughters do the voiceovers and talk about how hilarious it is. Like, look, right here, Mom is fixing to grab the GoPro.
That's right.
And Dad's going to be posing over here like he has just changed the oil in the truck.
Yeah. They're funny.
When you get those rude comments like that, what do you do with them?
Monica gets really angry and wants to find the people, and I delete them.
No, it depends on the day. Sometimes I'll delete and block. You know, I'm just like, there was this one woman. She was talking about one of the videos we did about our chickens and how we had used these little clips on their beaks to keep them from fighting each other. I don't know if y'all saw that one. But we had one of our chickens, our chickens killed another chicken because she was smaller. And so we found these little, very humane plastic clips that go on their bills to keep them from fighting. And so I did a video on it. And this woman
As a more humane way to protect the chicken.
Right. The other option was to file their beaks off or kill them. And I was like, well, I feel like this will be a good option to see if it works. So this one woman was commenting about how it was so inhumane and this and that, and how dare I do that to my chickens, and how she could see the pain on their faces. Have you ever seen a chicken show an emotion?
Through the reflection of the plastic, I bet.
Right?
So I got that. She hit me on a bad day. Like, I was like, I have had it with this. So I said, listen here, woman. I did. I literally answered her like that. Listen here, woman. And then I let her have it. And I
Wait
gave her
for my
all
next comment on one of your videos.
It was so funny. And so, yeah, I let her have it. But usually I just delete. I usually don't. Or people make fun of my forehead, I tell them that I call it a 5 head. Thank you very much.
You know what make a great thumbnail? You take some black, marker paint and write something on your forehead about the next video.
Or like put like a measuring tape on it,
Yeah.
But
Don't go
I
there.
don't really want a sandwich. I'm just kidding. But,
You got to eat it now, young lady.
I know. Dang it. I requested it. Did you make a bologna and cheese?
I did.
Oh, that sounds good.
I'll take one.
Did someone reply back to you? Because I'm curious if she said anything back after you said, listen here, woman.
She did. We went back and forth like 5 times. And
Really?
She kept saying, so then she said something about how she had gone through a lot of channels and commented. So I was like, oh, basically you're a troll. Okay. So I was not very nice to her. And I had to apologize to the Lord for that.
So I finally got home from work and I'm like, Monica, just delete it. We're done with this. We're not doing this.
Yeah, it's just easier just to block them. Because I figured out is if they're rude, we're not going to get along down the road. So she might as well, or he might as well be gone now.
Well, so the other thing, what was I going to say? It's
I
gone.
have no idea.
It's gone now. I was going to tell you about another comment though, but yeah, I usually just delete and block because I don't have time for it. But
Yeah, I there's been a couple I've responded to, and then I'm like, no, and then I just delete the whole thing. So whether
I know I was going to tell y'all.
see it, I don't know, but probably not. 'Cause I deleted pretty quickly, but it's it's annoying. It's like,
It's
you
just
can't say
rude.
something nice, just go away. You know,
Right,
why
yeah.
are you here? What is so horrible in your life that you've got to try to
Right.
ruin everybody else's day? It's
Well,
so ridiculous.
My newest response now is thank you for the watch minutes.
Yeah.
That's
gets them
a good
really-
one.
that
I
makes
like
them real
that.
Yeah.
That makes them real
Now,
happy.
there's been a couple that have been borderline rude comments that I just said thank you for watching. And I figured that was probably enough of a, I really don't give a crap about your comment. So,
Right.
you know, but I like the thanks for the watch time. I like that.
Yeah, but that's kind of snarky, and it usually makes them a little aggravated.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
I say stuff on here all the time, and the lady said, "You're going to make somebody mad." I'm like, if I make them mad, better to do it now than to drag it out a year. And if they get mad because of that, because I have an opinion, you know what I'm saying? Then they just need to go ahead and leave, because I'm sure down the road I'm going to say something that's going to make them even worse than that. But I try not to. I don't think of myself as a mean person, but you know, every now and then I do voice my opinion about something. So,
well, I think a lot depends on the day and the mood, your mood that day. You know, that is just like that. I mean, you read a comment and sometimes you're like, oh, whatever, delete, you know, but then some days it's just like, wow, you know, because you're already having a not so great
That's what
day.
happened with the chicken lady. She hit me on a day where I was like,
it was the wrong day.
did y'all ever watch Ally McBeal? You know how
I
Lean?
know what you're talking about, but I never watched that show.
Well, Lean and Allie and some of the ladies had this growl that they would throw in, like when they would get mad, they'd have this roar and growl that they would edit into the them doing, and that's exactly what I pictured when you said that.
I mean, yeah, but so that's back to why we don't have the kids in the video. I think that's where we started this thing. If anybody ever says anything about my kids,
you're gonna climb through that YouTube screen.
You're right.
You just don't know. Mama Bear.
For sure.
Southern Good Mama Bear would be bad. It would be bad.
Yeah.
So, well, she changed the name. So, Senior Sister, I'm always going to call her Senior Sister. Sister Freebird. Yeah. They're fixing to do a van build, by the way. We talked about vans earlier. So, y'all will have to check out their channel.
Yeah, we'll do that.
They just bought, I think it's a 170-inch Sprinter.
Okay.
Oh, very cool.
So, y'all can tell I've been watching van channels because I know how long they are.
There you go.
I like Artist on the Road. They just said, got a Snapchat of chicken's face in pain and use it as a thumbnail.
Sure it's not the happy chicken.
I've got a t-shirt my mother-in-law gave me that has all the different
emotions of a chicken,
and they all look the same. And it says sad, happy, whatever, angry, and it's like they're all the exact same because they don't make expressions.
It's just hard to turn that beak,
yeah.
That's
man.
If you're doing something with animals, though, you're gonna get people commenting. But
yeah, that's kind of one reason I don't really have our dog in. I mean, she is in them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't tend to focus on her a whole lot because somebody will always have some kind of a comment. They always have them anyway, but
if they say too much to me about my boys, I'll bring them to their house and leave them.
There you go.
And we'll let them see how they handle them. Nah, I couldn't do that. I love my boys like babies, but I do sometimes want to ground them.
I like RV Weekend's comment. Turn that beak upside down.
That's a good one. That's a good one, RV Weekends.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's about time now. Do y'all get a lot of comments about your dog videos if you have a playlist about them? I bet you do. We get people that call our golden doodles mutts and why do you breed those terrible mutts and blah, blah, blah. I delete those because those are people are just, I don't care. So far, nothing. Well, good. I hope you don't ever get any ugly comments about them because and if you do, delete them and do the big thing. Don't do what I do.
Don't do the Monica. Listen here, lady.
Yeah, thanks for the watch minutes. There you go. There's your line. Mr. Freebird. Yep. I bet it is more intense when it's your grandchildren. I can only imagine that. I'm not ready for that level of emotion yet.
She's just got one going into high school. Don't rush her.
Yeah, let's not
Right.
rush
She's
it.
gonna,
And she
yeah,
has limited
Dad's over here
options.
done dreading it. Dad may have to have another brain surgery before he gets this one out of high
Right.
school.
Let's hope not. Goodness.
Let's hope not.
Good Lord willing, we don't have to do that.
And
Monica may have a meltdown when we go through this brown too, right?
That's right.
Ooh, yeah,
Man,
for sure.
my aunt, I want to say 20 years ago, had some kind of brain surgery, and she's done well. I mean, like you wouldn't never even know she had it. And then Carrie Chandler, a friend of mine, they run the funeral home here. He had it, and back when he had it, we're talking about early 90s. And he has done extremely well. I wouldn't have known if I didn't know he had it, I would have never known he had it. In other words.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
It's crazy the things they do surgery and how they do surgery nowadays.
Yeah.
I've got a thing mounted inside of my head. It gives me sound. I have no eardrum. Like I had no ear on this side, but yet I can hear out of my left side, and I got a screw in my head, and this clips it. That's just crazy insane.
Yeah.
So if I tell you I have a screw loose, I may very well have one loose.
So Sue at Lucky Dog loves their talking Southern videos, and I do too. Those are hilarious.
So
I think those are so funny.
That was a fun little project. I had a friend at work that moved here from Vermont, and she was learning how to talk Southern, and so that's where the idea came from. Because she would say, "I'm learning Southern," and it was just funny. And so I was like, "Oh my God, we got to do a video about different
Teaching Southern.
Teaching Southern is what we called it." So we kind of did a little mini series on Wednesday nights about our Southern ways. So yeah, it was fun. We had a good time with that one.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, but it involved how we dress, why we dress that way,
How
our
we talk.
shoes,
Right.
what we eat and drink.
Why we do what we do. Why we do what we do. Thank you.
Things you say, the Walmart. Now I go around saying the Walmart all the time. Thanks for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't help it now. It just comes out. Of course, I feel like I put the in front of everything now because it's the Facebook, the YouTube, so yeah.
Yes,
I don't know if that's all Southern, but it's what I do now. So
it is the Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
I'm just thankful for the internet, so that way we were able to meet.
Yep.
And the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes.
You got Walter. Bring what? Hold on. We got to show you Walter. Come here, Walter. This is Walter.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. Walter, they're going to call him Wally for short, but isn't he cute?
So he done got a new home too?
Mm-hmm.
All of them but one.
Yeah, we have one that's...
Haven't found their home yet.
Yeah, so I think John Michael secretly wants to keep him. He's already named him Chief, but...
how old do you have to... do they need to be before you let them go to their new home?
Between 6 and 8 weeks, at least 6 weeks, but they have to have all their shots and everything before they go. And we have the vet come to our house. She does everything here so that we don't risk any, infection or anything whenever we take them into a vet. This person's asking how many dogs do we have? Way too many.
10 right now.
We have 7 puppies and 3 that are actually ours.
If you count John Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then him, and then there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, here you can have your pup back. Okay. Oh wait, you got Eleanor. I've got Eleanor. Bring her in. Bring her in. This.
Oh wow.
That's who's been jumping at our legs the whole time.
Yeah, that's Ellie. She is one of our puppies from another litter that we actually kept. Oh goodness. And she loves this puppy. It's her little brother, and she loves him.
She's pretty. I love her color.
We don't know what to call it, but she is pretty.
Our dogs, they call them a phantom coat.
Mm-hmm.
So they're born one color, and then they change colors. She was born dark brown.
Yeah, she was chocolate.
And over time, she's changed to this white and brown coat. So that's something unique about our mother dog. They do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh
interesting.
wow!
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that's the color that Terry and David's dog is. That sort of
Come with
white
this dog.
color.
I'm coming. I'm putting her down.
Don't put her in Dad's chair.
She has to go in Dad's chair.
We have these dogs don't have much home training these days.
Nope.
There you
I'm on My internet's down, so I'm waiting.
go. Your internet's down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, ours is working right now.
I've had to power off my phone.
That's called child lock, Kayla. Child lock. Dad locked it a while ago. He heard you talking to your boyfriend.
Oh, Lord have
Uh-oh.
mercy. You better not have a boyfriend.
No.
I told her she can date when she turns 30.
Yeah. And if you
Oh, I
approve.
don't have any options.
You know you don't have any options.
Where is the picture?
My daughter was
No,
engaged
water.
once.
I need water. Oh, the right in my face.
Do
My
what now? I'm
daughter-
sorry.
My daughter was engaged once, and then I showed him my collection, and he never came
That's
back. I don't know what happened.
Isn't that
Good
funny?
for you.
Isn't that funny? We did that to John Michael's aunt one time. She had a date. She's single. She had a date, and she showed up with him to meet the family. We were all sitting on the front porch with our guns.
Who?
It was time to clean.
And this was when you were real small. He never came back. Literally,
Nope.
like, this is a true story. We were literally, his parents and us, we were all sitting there cleaning our guns, and just being funny, because she's older. I mean, she's has a life of her own, but yeah, we totally did that to her. And he
I
never came back.
technically didn't run off the fiance, but he did get gone. So that
Well, I mean, seriously, if the guy couldn't take the joke and
Right.
I mean, something was not quite right there anyway. He wasn't in it for the right reasons, would be my guess.
We think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
As long as they know that Daddy's rules rule, that's
There
good
you go.
enough.
I'll
You
pass
know,
the story away.
fear Dad. That's all I want them to know. Fear Dad.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
All right, guys, we've kept y'all nerdy 2 hours.
Oh, well, it's been fun, y'all.
You guys are
We had a blast. I needed this fun. I've had a rough weekend, so this was fun. I really enjoyed it.
yeah.
Good.
Thank you
We're glad
so
we
much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It worked out perfectly with our schedules
Yeah.
today. So otherwise, it's hard to catch us, but we're happy to do it. So.
Well, we'll have to get together again sometime, and if y'all ever come near North Alabama, holler, and we'll meet up and have some barbecue.
Sounds
great.
Good. We'll do it. That would be great.
So God bless you guys, and prayers for you, my friend. And
Thanks, sir.
maybe you went through your last one, your only one. And so,
We hope
Lord
so.
willing.
We do
and
hope
Monica,
so.
keep him straight.
Good luck.
If you have any issues, Phyllis can. She's a hired hand. She knows a lot of good lakes to get rid of people in, and all that kind of good stuff. So, I mean, all I know is what I have on video. That's all I know about her. So,
Yeah.
she's confessed to things she don't even know she's confessed to.
Uh-oh.
It was funny. Well,
And
thank
me
you
and Jerry's
guys.
terrified of her. All right, see you guys.
Pleasure
Go
meeting you both.
get back to
Bye.
Thank y'all.
teaching the
Bye, everybody.
school. See y'all. Bye
I
bye.
don't know how to hang it up. Y'all know. Oh.
I'll kick y'all out.
Only the one-
Man, that was a blast. I needed that. They're awesome.
People.
They are awesome.
They're so down to earth, and even though they're YouTube rock stars, they're still down to earth.
Oh yeah, they got about 3,000 subscribers when I looked.
Yeah, they're at 3,000.
And real close, yeah. 299.
Mhm.
They make it 3,000 now, are they? Well, did I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Yeah, they hit 3,000 since we've been on.
That's cool. No, I was reading Sherry saying that I needed to shut you up.
We had a pretty good crowd in here today, about 20. That's good.
Yeah.
My phone died, so I hope nobody needs to get a hold of me. The battery's dead.
It seemed like a pretty typical morning show. I mean, audience wise, started out a little low and gained as it went on. because people, wake up or they get to work and then they start watching. I like you guys that do that. Get to work and start watching the live stream. That always cracks me up.
Let me get my battery. Be right back.
Okay. I don't know. I have nothing to talk about. It is Monday.
I have to have my phone in case they need me. And it's dead. It'll take it 5 minutes to come back on. Nah, it won't take that long. It'll take a little bit.
You could plug it in overnight when you're not using it, and then it would be nice.
I do, but it's done dead today.
Oh.
It's not lasting very long. I don't know what's wrong. I don't even know that I watched a video on it this morning.
Wow.
So, and I get up at 4:30. So what time is it? 11.
Almost 11.
Well, that's a day for a lot of people. But my wife will tell you it never gets shut off. I mean, it's always got something going on. So, anyway, now it's already coming back on. I like this Anchor. I got the Anchor battery with the quick charger. And man, it'll put a charge in one quick.
I have no idea what that is.
It's an Anchor battery bank.
Oh.
And it's great for like when you're in Uganda. If I'm the only one using it, which I never am, but if I'm the only one using it, I can get several days of charging off of it. But generally, it's got 3 ports. I don't know if I can get y'all in. It's got 3 USB ports. And so I can charge several batteries going down the road at the same time. And it don't take long either. It won't be but just a minute or two, and mine will be out of the red into the green.
So I think maybe something you didn't talk about at the beginning of the show was memberships.
Yep.
I don't know if anybody wants to hear about those, and then maybe to remind the members that they can get a members only T-shirt.
Yep. So what she's saying is, if you want to be a member, which is the green channels that you see are members, it's $4.99 a month. You get content that we've not done on YouTube, so you just get a little extra content. You get a lot of behind the scenes with me and Tammy and the kids. And so eventually I'm going to start doing a little video clip once I learn how to do those videos and make them just for members. I ain't figured that out yet. But anyway, eventually down the road, y'all get little video clips of me and Tammy and the kids out doing stuff. And so, but that's the kind of stuff you get. It's $4.99 a month. We actually get about $3 and something of that. So we don't get the whole $4.99. So we got that. If you are a member, you get a code to buy a members only T-shirt, and Nettie has already gotten one. I haven't even ordered me one yet, but
I have
member across here, and it's got the logo in the middle, and you get that at like Teespring will only let us cut the profit down to 42 cents, something like that. So anyway, we basically cut all the profit out, and you can get a Daydream member T-shirt for like, how much are they? $10.99?
$10.99.
So, and perks like that, if you're a member, you get custom emojis that Felix designs, like no from Nettie, and emoji for me and Felix and Jury and all of us on it. So that kind of fun stuff. And it helped me and Tammy out a little bit. So if you want to do that, that link, if it's not under your screen right here, is on our About page. So Sister Freebird got her members T-shirt. Good deal.
Awesome. Fern the Camper wants to know, are you using a YouTube membership program or something else?
Both. We have YouTube membership. That's what I'm talking about. That makes the name's green, and you'll see a peace sign by all of our members. And the longer their members, the different color peace signs will be. So also, besides what I just talked about, all them perks is through YouTube members. But we also have Patreon. And Patreon, the difference in Patreon, there's more than one level, and most of those memberships include part of your money going to Dirt Road Missions, which is our nonprofit Christian organization where we dig wells and build churches and stuff all around the world. And we do other stuff, like we've helped some of our YouTube friends that's had cancer and stuff like that with some of that money. So, but anyway, it explains it. So you can go to Patreon and learn about that, and then YouTube will learn about the membership on YouTube. YouTube, we only have one level. It's $4.99, basic for everybody. That's what most channels do, is the one. Some channels have different ones, but right now that's all we're doing there. So, and it explains all the different packages on Patreon. So we had talked about getting rid of our Patreon account, but you never know when something might happen with YouTube, and so we'll have something different to run with. So
we'll also have the merchandise store that has Morning Crew everything, all the t-shirts, the hoodies, the sticker, the pillows. You can also get it with the Daydream logo. And if you would like, if you send us a picture in your members only or Daydream or Morning Crew shirt, then Gary will share it.
Yep. Also, Happy Place Camping and Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless, they also have merchandise stores if you want any of their stuff. So Jerry don't have one yet, but everybody else does. So, but we'll have new stuff coming out sometime around the first of the year. So we're going to have new season 2 stuff. So that'll be cool. We'll have some season 2 changes. Y'all may have to bear with me through the next few weeks. We've got our house sold. So when I can, I may be taking off to pack and to look at houses. We'd like to buy a place to move directly into. So from now till mid-November, we may have a few days that I'm out, and they may not be announced until like that night or the morning. So it will be whenever we get a chance to. Hang on here. I get a school text. I have to read it in case they're calling us in. All right, never mind. That does pertain to me, but don't pertain to me. All right, you ever get those texts? All right, so we got that. And all the membership stuff, guys, it don't take away. YouTube's still free. The podcast is still free, even though I am behind on the podcast. It's free. All this extra stuff we get, believe it or not, and I know some of y'all may not believe it, but I get emails a lot. How can we support you, or how can we get a mug, or how can we do this? I used to get that a lot before we had all this stuff, and people always want to know how, and a lot of people want to know how they can help because they know mine and Tammy's business shut down. So I put that out there for people that want to do it. That we're not asking you for that. That's something y'all can do in exchange of y'all doing it. We want to give y'all something back. So that's how we approach that. So we do this for fun. And so that's what it's all about. I'm living the dream. I got great producers, Felix and Nettie, and a great co-host, Jerry. And mainly what it is a group of friends getting up here hanging out every day, getting to interview some awesome channels. So that's the way I look at it.
A group of friends making new friends.
That's right. So we hope you guys enjoy it. We think you do. We have about 20-something people that join us every day. And so maybe we'll grow. Y'all share us out. Tell your friends about us. So we would love to grow it into something that's better. Are we running over on somebody?
I didn't see anybody coming up.
Okay. So, but anyway, we just want to have fun and introduce y'all. We've got some channels coming up in the near future y'all may not even know about. We got some big channels coming up in the near future that's going to be fun and exciting. And so we're just trying to keep it fun, laid back, not too strict, not too ruly. That's why the bots don't get to throw people out. We have our rules, and we do that out of respect for our guests and for the people in the chat. But we try to be laid back and have fun. We want everybody to be. I got you, Roy and Becky. They got a house for sale in Indiana. We have expanded our coverage area.
Sherry doesn't have friends. She has yahoos.
Yeah, I have a bunch of yahoos surrounding me too, RV Weekends. RV Weekends is a member, and I also believe she is a Patreon member. So we appreciate them. I appreciate all of our members and Patreon members. We actually had our very first VIP member, K&R Destinations, come on board about a month or so back, and so we're tickled to death. We have actually camped with K&R Destinations and had a blast with them there. And y'all pray for Kyle too. He hurt his back yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I got a text from him. Let's see what it said. I told him, "Suck it up, Buttercup." Now I thought, just kidding. Maybe you'll get better soon. Told him I was praying for him. Then he finally replied. That was last night. He said he's being a total baby right now. Whoops. Siri wanted to read that, I reckon. Oh, he got a messed up back, so
Yeah.
he'll better. Also, continue to pray for Nettie's fur baby. They have admitted, I think, to the vet hospital.
Yes. Not looking really good. I hope Nettie don't mind that we share this
I
information.
don't think she will.
Jack, they think maybe going into heart failure, and they're going to check his kidneys to see if he is having any kidney failure. So
The reason why I don't think he'll cure it.
Stand by waiting to hear. And did she say they were keeping him at least overnight, or did I just
not be there a few days? I think
a few days.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I know she won't cure because I know that she knows if I tell y'all will all pray, and so a good part of you guys will anyway. And so I know that she's going to be wanting us to pray because I know we have fur babies. They're like kids, and so to some people, fur babies are pets. To others, fur babies family. And I kid about my boys a lot, but I kid about Thomas and Keisha too. So anyway, so let's be praying for Jack. That's her fur baby's name, and Nell and Nettie and Mel, because of that's tough to even if Jack gets better, it's still tough the process of getting better and all that. So
yeah.
So all right, let's get off here and do lunch and get on the internet. Try to find me and Tammy a home.
That is everybody's homework. We need you all to start searching for a house in the Alabama North
Alabama, DeKalb County area.
Yeah.
There is actually one for sale down near where Blaine Rayleigh is from, but that's a little too far out for us. So
anybody
finds one, we don't
email Gary. If you find a house for him, email him.
I think Tammy has a 15-minute Walmart distance and Thomas has a 15-minute Pizza Hut distance rule. So
there you go. There's your requirements.
Right now we're 2 minutes from Pizza Hut and about 10 minutes from Walmart. So all right, guys. Love you guys. Thank you all for coming. It's been fun. And tomorrow we got some good guests going to be on in the morning and tomorrow night. So, so y'all come back for that. We got a pretty good lineup, I think, for the week.
Wednesday, no show, correct? Wednesday, the 7th.
Oh, I better get up here to where I'm going.
I don't know.
Yeah, no show Wednesday.
Yeah. And
That is a day that I got bus school, and then they're doing the house inspection. So
yeah.
Wednesday, y'all pray that our house inspection goes good, and they go ahead with the purchase of the house. So we should know Thursday. What did they say on Wednesday? They may know Wednesday. I don't know. Whenever. So that's what we got to get through. So anyway, I may be taking off some on some Fridays. That's our fun day because we don't have guests on Friday. So me and Tammy can get out and try to find us a place. So, but like I say, I'll try to let y'all know. But it may be y'all get on one morning and I'm not here.
Just
Because
don't panic.
What?
Don't panic if he's not here. Don't panic.
Yeah. Nettie and Felix and Jury, one of those always knows where I am. And you can always email me, and that goes to my phone. I'll be glad to tell you that I'm okay. So, all right, guys, I'm going to hit the music. Love you guys. See y'all.
Bye.